My name is Oliver Roundtree from the Connected Women team at the GSMA. Connected Women works with mobile operators in low and middle income countries to address the gender gap in mobile internet and mobile financial services. We're very pleased to work with Telenor Pakistan in addressing the gender gap in their customer base, and I'm delighted to be speaking today with the Chief Marketing Officer from Telenor Pakistan, Mr. Bilal Kazmi. Thank you very much for joining me. So we've been speaking to a number of stakeholders internationally within the industry to talk about these issues. So I'm very excited to hear your perspective on this.
I mean, if we talk of digital inclusion of women, so I think that's a bit like, to me, like sometimes when I get the question, I say, well, that's as basic a question as why do you need oxygen? So you do need digitally inclusive, so what should I say, environment, and women are an integral part of that. But unfortunately, because of social attitudes, norms, stereotypes, we have some distance to cover. And it's very interesting. I mean, we recently launched our new brand identity, and we went across the nooks and corners of the country, went to villages, small towns, talked to people, and teased out, okay, what are their aspirations, what they're asking for. And a lot of them said that they are not able to do what they want to. Not just the women, but the men as well. Which is why we kind of came up with this brand slogan, Jo Har Pakistani Chahe, which means what every Pakistani wants. And that's also kind of central to that is this concept that we want to break these shackles which hold us. And we are a lot more externally driven. So we are what the society wants us to be. And that applies more so to the women. So also through this slogan, we are trying to break away these mental barriers and just say that we, all Pakistanis, including the women, should be able to do what they want to. And in that sense, it's very central to how we are communicating with the Pakistani audience.
So to build on that, why specifically is digital inclusion of women important for you?
Again, because I think, you see, digital inclusion is about democratizing power. Yeah, because right now it's male dominated, and then they have the power, and you have to liberate the women, and then we need to take concrete actions to deliver on that. If you talk about different projects and initiatives, one thing which we have is what we call the Naya Aghaaz program, in which women who have taken a career break and then want to rejoin the job sector, we open our arms to them. So there are about 70 odd women who have joined us. We bring them on contract, give them an enabling environment, and then a lot of them end up as our permanent employees. So I was out in the rural Pakistan in Sakhar, and there were 7, 8 engineers and sales guys and just one girl. And I was talking to them about culture and how it's Telenor Pakistan, and the girl raised her hand and said, even in a city like Sakhar, I feel very, very safe while working for Telenor. And she is a Naya Aghaaz recruit. So that's the kind of commitment that we are having in integrating women with the labor force.
What do you see as the primary challenges to closing the gender gap in mobile internet use? So what is key to successfully reaching women?
I think the first and foremost is the mindset. So you've got a lot of mental barriers, attitudes, social norms. And that's where kind of the Facebook iCham kind of a program comes into play, where then we are trying to work at the elementary roots level to communicate about why internet is not bad, and how you can also remain yourself, how can you remain safe, and the parents can remain sort of relatively comfortable if their son or daughter is using internet. And that has been a massive program. So I think that to me would be the key. Then you have kind of practical challenges. For example, can a woman walk into your shop and get a subscription? Are the shops friendly enough? Do you have, for example, female franchisees, not just 100% male-driven distribution setup, because that's the channels through which you are accessing the market. So I think the first step was along this was, of course, to make sure that the company itself has a much better gender ratio and is more inclusive, diverse than we were 4 years ago. I think the next steps would be how we can also make sure that this model cascades down the distribution value chain, and then you also have a far more inclusive value network in which you have women at every touch point for the customer. I would go back to the Jo Har Pakistani Chai, or what every Pakistani wants, because that's also, as I said, trying to break the mental barriers around us closeted in this is what you are and this is only what you will remain. So our future campaigns will target a lot around challenging these attitudes, especially because it's a very young country. So the boys and girls are brimming with energy, ideas, but they're just not able to do what they want to. And we want to play a role in bringing that, in making that actually a national narrative. I'll talk of another initiative, which is then the digital birthright program. A significant percentage of kids born in Pakistan are not registered. Newly born girls, newly born boys. But it becomes a far more disabling tool for the girls if they don't have an identity in your national database. So what we are doing right now is running a program with the local health visitors, LHVs, where they have an app through which a newborn baby is registered electronically with the local union council. And that has been a very, very value added, meaningful program for those parents. So something as simple as giving an identity to a newborn girl is creating value for the society.
So what would you say are the benefits to women of doing this and to your organization?
Again, this is where kind of empowering the women and commercial benefits come together, because tools, because I mean, everybody says we are going through the fourth industrial revolution, and this will bring a step change in the way our society operates. So just just by having a mobile phone in the hand of a woman, I think makes her exponentially more empowered, not only in terms of her security, but also in terms of stuff that she can do while being at her home, while using a mobile phone. And we see that developing across the ecosystem in Pakistan as well. So a mobile phone in the hand of a woman makes social sense, but also makes huge economic sense, because then they can do a lot more while still remaining relatively constrained because of the social norms and barriers. Now, we have historically been a rural-centric company. So if you go to large urban hubs of Pakistan, Telenor is let's say not the key player. The moment you go a bit on the periphery, you go to rural Pakistan, and you'll see Telenor everywhere. And that has been part of our commercial strategy. But I think I can say that without any doubt that as far as enabling communication facilities for rural Pakistan is concerned, Telenor is at the foremost. Automatically empowers our female rural population.
Thanks very much for answering my question.
Pleasure to have you on board.